This is Jed Whitaker. This man is a video game censorship apologist and a writer for Destructoid. Why do I put my attention to this goony bearded man? Well, because I cannot find any more pathetic loud voice of the censorship apologist lingo other than Jim Sterling, Bob Chipman, and those three morons at IGN. Sargon has completely destroyed Sterling and Chipman. Louis Leval has completely destroyed the morons at IGN defending the horrendous translation of Fire Emblem Fates. But nobody has destroyed this guy, even though this guy is pretty significant. We'll get to why in a second. First of all, I know that you are so tired of my anti-censorship videos. I know that you're tired of me demanding vagina bones, pelvic bones to not be censored. So please, if you think that I am wrong on all of my anti-censorship videos, if you think that what I say is pointless and won't do anything, I don't care. I love making these videos. It's incredibly fun. You have no idea how fun it is to make these sorts of videos. Take my advice instead and make videos defending censorship. Go ahead and spread your authoritarian ideology to everyone. Go ahead and make Shimoneta a thing. Go ahead and celebrate the ban of an innocent and fabulous gay guy on Twitter while ISIS members are still roaming free, wanting to incite violence towards gay people. Black Lives Matter supporter wanting to incite violence towards cops. Leslie Jones inciting Twitter hate towards someone she doesn't like, and Jack Dorsey claiming that his site is arbiter of freedom of speech, but is completely against freedom of speech to harmful opinions. To all of these morons, here's what I have to say to you.
We must not confuse dissent with disloyalty. We must remember always that accusation is not proof, and that conviction depends upon evidence and due process of law. We will not walk in fear one of another. We will not be driven by fear into an age of unreason if we dig deep in our history and our doctrine. And remember that we are not descended from fearful men, not from men who feared to write, to associate, to speak, and to defend the causes that were for the moment unpopular.
There's a good reason why people like me, Louis Leval, my fellow subscribers, Censored Gaming, Lewd Gamer, Niche Gamer, One Angry Gamer, Tech Raptor, Deep Freeze, Kotaku in Action, and many others exist. We're gonna continue fighting against censorship, and we're fighting censorship everywhere, and that includes the censorship of incredibly minor things, because scumbag hypocrites like Jack Dorsey, Leslie Jones, and yes, Jed Whitaker exist, and he deserves to be destroyed into oblivion. Now, why do I choose this seemingly unimportant individual? Well, this guy is a contributor for Destructoid. Well, Jim Sterling once contributed to Destructoid, so why pay attention to this guy? Well, this is the one of the many people that managed to destroy Fire Emblem Fates with his completely false gay conversion therapy narrative that caused a particular scene to be censored. This man has the power to censor video games, not because of the titties, but because he doesn't understand Japanese anime culture, and therefore it's justified to censor it. Actually, he does understand Japanese anime culture. It's just that he doesn't want other people to enjoy what he enjoys. We'll get to that in a moment. This is the one person that you need to thank for the mass censorship of Fire Emblem Fates. Even though the guy didn't advocate for the scene to be censored when it actually happened. Oh my god, thanks Nintendo, finally! I am a good person! No, you care a lot more about your gay politics more so than the context of the game. Homophobia! No, let homophobia exist, because what you consider homophobia is something that nobody considers homophobia. You don't have the rights to police what is and what isn't homophobia, because
everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Everything is sexist, everything's offensive to people like me.
you don't need context, which you miss quite a lot. You just want to make sure that your leftist narrative is protected with absolutely no repercussion. Well, you are mistaken, my friend. You just picked a fight with the wrong kinds of gamers. These are the gamers that will use reason and logic to fight over your bullshit stupidity. Yeah, I know that I'm using reason and logic to fight for anime tits to not be censored. A very worthy cause to fight for right next to washing your car during the rain, but I'd rather use reason and logic to fight for anime tits to not be censored rather than using blind ideological morality to have it censored. It's the means to achieve the end that I'm concerned with. The end of having anime tits to be censored might be result in a utopian society, especially if you're a big fan of the Middle East. But if you have to use your blind faith to get that and abandon reason and logic, I'd rather live in the capital wasteland, thank you very much. Anyway, back to Jed Whitaker. Jed Whitaker is not just a random troll on the internet whose life is too miserable to even care. This is a big guy. This guy managed to destroy a game simply by writing articles of nothing but the gay people! Other than Bob Chipman, Jim Sterling, the three morons at IGN, and many other trying to ban Milo off of Twitter, Jed Whitaker is the one who is arguing in favor of censorship, and he has one article to give in as a response to many of his horrible, horrendous haters. If you want to see underage characters' underwear, either learn Japanese or make your own games. Yes, guys, make your own games, because people like Jed Whitaker will never ever touch that game. Oh wait, he did. Okay, let's make another game, and I'm sure that people like Jed Whitaker won't censor that game. Oh wait, he did too. Okay, let's just add an extra DLC for this other game that has been released. Nope, censor that shit too. Okay, now let's make another game, and I'm sure this time Mr. Jed Whitaker and his chums won't touch this game with every sense of the imagination. Fuck you, you bearded hipster loony bin.
Lord, reveal your salvation, since I am your favorite among these heathens.
I'm so sick of hearing about censorship of video games when talking about localizations of games for English-speaking markets. Localization changes have literally happened since the 80s during the NES era, if not sooner. But this is the "but we did localization" argument that I hear commonly, as if all forms of localization is good. All forms of localization is a good thing, including the bad ones. It's okay, guys. All localization is good, and therefore it's okay for us to do our job. Just look at this. This is amazing work. Definitely so much better than the crappy ass fan translations. The fuck are those plebs thinking? We did a good job, so pay us your fucking money. We put so much hard work on inserting dank memes in this shit, you fucking ungrateful loser. Nintendo used to be known for removing any reference to any types of drugs, including alcohol and cigarettes, to removing anything remotely religious like crucifixes. Guys, relax, guys. People got killed by terrorists during 9/11. Nice and Orlando, they're nothing new. We should just definitely let it happen. And before you guys say it's unfair to compare video game censorship to Muslim terrorists, you know what they both have in common? They are far away from the word good. You know what they both don't have in common? One is heavily regulated, and one is let off go just fine. Guess which one is which?
Uh-oh, you got it wrong!
Let's bring in more of those barbaric immigrants to Germany and Sweden so that they can rape women without repercussions. Those Japanese anime weeaboo shit? No, fuck those. That will destroy the public moral health of the society. Don't worry, guys. Multiculturalism works just fine, and everybody is safe and sound.
Way to go.
But I have a message to all of the people crying about it, and it is the message they have been sending me for a long time. Toughen up, and if you don't like it, make your own games, or buy different games. Guys, he's telling you to just ignore the problem. Ignore the problem. It might just go away magically. Tinkerbell might come into your house and calm you down every night. It's okay. Those goony bearded hipster jerks won't censor your anime boobies. Is this seriously the best counter-argument that these censorship apologists can give? Are they seriously just telling us to ignore the problem, like pretend that it didn't exist? No, I'm not gonna let you to monstrously censor video games because your politics don't conform to it. Plus, I'm having lots of fun making these videos. If you're gonna tell me to stop making this video because it's useless and unproductive, please do kindly go fuck yourself. Also, instead of crying about it, if underage females' panties are so important to you, learn Japanese, import or hack your console to make it region-free, and play the game as it was meant to be, as you say. I love the learn Japanese argument, and on top of that, hack your console, import your game arguments. The reason why I love these arguments is because they imply a few things. One, the localization team admits that the Western release is awful and that the original is better. Two, the localization team admits that they have done a spectacularly bad job on their work. And three, I'm gonna sum up something quite spectacular. Learning Japanese, importing the games, hacking your console so that it's region-free, aren't those supposed to be the jobs of the localization team? Isn't the purpose of localization is to make sure that gamers don't do these sorts of things? So when they say this, they're basically saying, fuck you, you do our job. Okay, we're gonna do your job, because evidently we've done it so much better.
I never asked for this.
Like, for real, shut the fuck up with this constant crying and outrage. It is practically all you do. This never used to be a thing till the internet became a thing. And now people like Censored Gaming on YouTube, who practically make a living off of seeking out things to be outraged about. Things that mostly involve creepily looking up the skirts of virtual tweeds, or vagina bones, because that is a real phrase that come out of a real person's mouth, as they got outraged over the removal of them. Oh no! Oh god, no! There are people who are against censorship? People that exist thanks to the power of the internet? People who disagree with your opinions? There are people who will look up the censored skirts of fictional tweets and censored vagina bones? Wait. Vagina bones? Oh my god, did Senpai notice me? After literally decades of not being represented in video games, and still having maybe one or two characters that even remotely resemble me, chubby, large pansexual bearded guy. The fuck? Anytime I speak up about this, I'm dogpiled with people that want to censor my voice, want me to shut up, want me to just deal with it and grow up, and so on. Well, take your own fucking medicine, you sad little perverted man-children. At least I'm trying to get things changed for the better. You just care about seeing the underwear of children. Sick! Yeah, underwear. Fictional children, and nobody tries to censor you, Mr. Whitaker. You have an opinion that we find stupid. We decided to criticize those stupid opinions, and you take it as, OMG, I am being censored. Wait a second. When it's being done to you, it's not okay? Awesome job with the blatant hypocrisy right there, Mr. Whitaker. Do you want more blatant hypocrisy? Did I just see you playing a game of two 15-year-olds having sex with a fucking VR? So please do tell me, what's your wish list in Amazon lately? Oh, look at this, a Dakimakura of a 15-year-old. Another Dakimakura hugging pillow? Supersonic 3D big breast mousepad? Hatsune Miku? Dakimakura? Criminal girls in fight only? You know, this freaking game, your site's name is Dino Sexual. And before you guys got angry to me on criticizing him on this, I'm not saying that you don't have the rights to enjoy those things. Go fuck your Mikasa Ackerman Dakimakura anytime you want until your sperm stains on it. Go fap to Hatsune Miku and criminal girls until you ran out of toilet papers. I'm just saying that if you have the audacity to criticize others for things that you yourself do, the only response that I can properly give is that you are a selfish, infantilizing, hypocritical dickhead and someone needs to shove a middle finger right up your hairy ass.
Yes! You two-timing son of a bitch!
Now, since this video is talking about censorship, I'm gonna show you one more pathetic censorship apologist. These are two articles defending censorship, all of which are posted in two big sites, TechRadar and Vice Gaming, both of which are posted by Kate Gray. In her first article, Kate Gray defends the horrible translation of Fire Emblem Fates and say that it's justified because it's localization. In the second article, she once again defends video game censorship by saying, guys, we need localization. Don't criticize us. You need us. No, we don't need you because you do your job spectacularly badly. Let's get into a few of her wonderful arguments. It's usually when they have fundamentally misunderstood the meaning of a word. Irony, feminism, censorship, funny. I don't know why you include feminism in one of those words, lady, but when you decide to tell people of what the real definition of feminism is, you only remind me of this lunatic.
Any halfwit can conclude that if someone doesn't fit the definition of something, then they are obviously not that.
This is my vegetarian body!
A good localization job like decent plastic surgery or a fart at a funeral is best when it's subtle and expert enough to go unnoticed. If a reference, a food, or a location would be instantly understood by a native of the original country and language, then part of the translation job is to make sure a fitting replacement is found in the native country the translation is intended for. For example, the cultural relevance and the ubiquity of, say, sushi in Japan could be translated to something like pie and gravy in the UK or burgers in the US. This is her definition of localization. So we have games like Ace Attorney taking place in Japan. But in order for us to localize the game, we need to turn every single asset of the game so that it's American. For example, renaming a Japanese city like Kyoto into Los Angeles, or renaming sushi into hamburger. Because that definitely wouldn't make the game any weirder whatsoever. We need to insert more dank memes and pop culture references because we, localization team, cannot understand Japanese culture, and so are most Americans. What's next? Get Good, The Pickle Saga, Yo Home Slice, Choo Choo, and my personal favorite. This is the sort of change that makes modern America fucking regressive. You want more diversity and multiculturalism in America, but only to the Middle Eastern culture and not the Japanese culture, because it's too toxic for you and you cannot understand it at all. The definition of localization here is downright astonishing. It can only be argued by the most moronic of morons in this moronic Mediterranean of Mother Earth, multiplied with monstrous misanthropy. Just pray for our existence, people. Mankind is fucking doomed. And most importantly, this is the kind of change that makes things 10 times more complicating. These completely unnecessary changes to the game just made the entire localization process of the entire Ace Attorney series to be more complicating as more games come in, because you change the setting and the time period and the assets so that American morons can understand it. You're giving the localization team a hell of a lot more complicating things to work for. Like, what the fuck? What kind of regressive mentality is this shit? Your job is to translate. That's it. Keep things to be just what they are. Instead, you have to insert pop culture references and dank memes. So who is Kate Gray? Who is this monstrous defender of censorship? She is a writer at GameSpot and a former writer of Official Nintendo Magazine, a fucking shill from Nintendo that is being hired anonymously to defend the horrible censorship that Nintendo did. Despite being a former writer of the site, her show of endorsement of Nintendo is so goddamn blatant and incestuous, it's horrifically disgusting. Absolutely no disclosure here as well. Vice Gaming has seriously turned into blatant ideological echo chamber that works about as well as fucking Slowpoke. OMG, there are women in video games? In conclusion, if you really think that censorship is necessary, instead of leaving comments, go and make YouTube videos defending censorship. See how the public would react to your monstrously authoritarian mindset. If you think that I'm horrendously wrong in pretty much everything, go ahead, prove me wrong, because that's what I want you to do, and I have yet to see someone who fails spectacularly at proving me wrong as these two people, especially you, Jed Whitaker. Jed Whitaker is a hypocritical, hipster-bearded loony bin that uses his authority to censor video games that he doesn't like solely because everyone else enjoys it. He's the kind of person who will bash those that faps to underage anime girls, but also faps to underage anime girls. And just when I think that I can get a credible source, a loud voice, who can give legitimate arguments in defense of censorship, it turns out that this person gives horrendous localization definitions and defends censorship in favor of the company that she used to work with. These two should have their ideological lens completely removed out of their eyes. If it's not blatant hypocrisy, it's defending lazy jobs. Both of you clearly don't enjoy these games, but none of these games are even remotely your fucking business. Leave them alone and let gamers enjoy their own games in peace, you goddamn killjoys. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on PayPal and Patreon, and thanks for watching.